Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. You're ready for an absolute nail-biter of an episode. Tonight, we recapping what has to be one of the most exciting games of Wheel of Fortune we've seen in a long time. The energy in the studio was electric right from the start, with three incredible contestants. Sarah, a high school history teacher with a laugh you can hear a mile away. David, a retired firefighter with nerves of steel. And Maria, a young graphic designer with a super sharp eye for puzzles. The first toss-up puzzle was a real blink and doll miss it moment. The category was thing, and the letters started popping up. Before most of us could even process the board, David buzzed in with a stroke of genius. Just like that, he was on the board with a quick $1,000 and the right to spin first. He kicked things off with a confident spin, landing on a solid $700 and calling a T to T's popped up, and you could see the confidence building. He spun again, this time hitting the $500 wedge next to lose a turn. He called an R, and a collective sigh of relief went through the audience as 3 R's appeared. David was on a roll. But this is Wheel of Fortune, and things can change in an instant. Sarah, who had been patiently waiting, finally got her chance to spin. She went for it with a powerful spin and landed right on the $2,500 space. The crowd went wild. She called for an S, and there were 2 of them. Just like that, she had $5,000. She bought a vowel, an E, and then another one, an A. The puzzle was becoming clearer, but there were still some tricky spots. The category was, "What are you doing?" And the board was starting to fill up. Sarah looked at the puzzle, took a deep breath, and decided to solve. Taking a calculated risk, she said, and she was absolutely right. A fantastic solve that put her in the lead with a cool $5,000. The second round started with Maria getting control of the wheel. Category was same name, always a fun one. Maria started off strong, racking up some cash with common letters like N and L. But then disaster struck. She landed on bankrupt, and just like that, her hard-earned money was gone. You could feel the disappointment, but she handled it with a smile. That's the game. This opened the door for David again. He carefully spun the wheel, avoiding the danger zones and picking up letters one by one. He uncovered a D, a G, and an M. The puzzle was Donald and Kiefer Sutherland. David solved it, adding more to his total and proving that slow and steady can definitely win the race. The mystery round was next, and you know what that means? Big risks and big rewards. Sarah was in control, and you could tell she was feeling lucky. On her very first spin, she landed on the mystery wedge. She called a P, and there were 2 of them. She had $1,000 in her bank for the round. Now came the big decision. Flip the wedge, or play it safe. The audience was shouting, "Flip it! Flip it!" Sarah, feeding off the energy, decided to go for it. She flipped the wedge and was the $10,000 prize. The studio erupted. She was so excited she was literally jumping up and down. She still had to solve the puzzle to keep it, though. The category was food and drink. After buying a few vowels to be safe, she correctly solved freshly squeezed pineapple juice. What a round for Sarah. She was now miles ahead of the competition with a huge lead. But David and Maria weren't giving up. The express round arrived, and David landed on the wedge. He hopped on the express train and started calling letters like a machine gun. C-H-B-O. Letters were flying onto the board. He was building his total with every consonant. The category was fun and games. He got the puzzle. Building a backyard obstacle course and managed to claw back a significant amount of cash, closing the gap between him and Sarah. It was turning into a real two-horse race, while Maria just couldn't seem to catch a break, hitting lose a turn right before the final spin. It all came down to the final spin of the game. The wheel landed on the $500 space, which meant consonants were worth $1,500 each. The category was phrase. The pressure was on. Sarah, with her massive lead, looked pretty secure, but you never know. A few lucky letters for David could change everything. Letters were called, vowels were bought, and the puzzle started to reveal itself. It was a tough one. The timer started ticking down. In the last few seconds, Sarah buzzed in. More than meets the eye, she guessed, and she was correct. That solve sealed the deal. Sarah was our big winner and was heading to the bonus round. What an incredible performance from all three contestants. David and Maria played a great game, but tonight was Sarah's night. So Sarah stepped up to the bonus wheel for her chance at the grand prize. She gave it a mighty spin and landed on the A in Americas. She looked nervous, but excited. The final puzzle category was in the kitchen. As always, R, S, T, L, N, and E were revealed. The board showed 2 T's and an E, not a lot to work with. Sarah gave her 3 consonants and 1 vowel, C, D, M, and A, C, and an A appeared. The puzzle now looked like TA__C_T. She had 10 seconds. She could see the gears turning in her head. She muttered a few possibilities under her breath. Tablet ... The timer was almost out. 5, 4, 3, 2. Just at the last second, she shouted, "Takatre." The buzzer sounded. Was it right? No. Unfortunately, the answer was tablet. So close. The host opened the envelope to reveal what she had missed out on. $40,000. Oh, what a heartbreaker. But even though she didn't win the bonus, Sarah was still all smiles. And why wouldn't she be?